Hi guys, Susan Thomas here, and today I'm going to teach you how to make a beaded ring for every day of the week. So today I'm going to teach you how to make beaded rings. There's a few ins and outs and some different things you need to know, but basically it's all about the bead. Every single one of these rings is made essentially the same. The cool part about it is the bead that you put on the top. Now you're going to need a few tools and supplies. You're going to need absolutely 100% a marked ring mandrel like this one where you can see the sizes of your rings. You're also going to need some 20 gauge wire and some basic tools, a flush cutter and a chain nose plier. And then of course, you absolutely are going to need some really cool beads or buttons to make your rings. All right, to get started making your basic ring, first step is just take some time, pick out a bead or gemstone that you like. This is one of my favorites, happens to be a little piece of aquamarine, may even be goshenite because it's a little bit white, but I love it because of the shape of this bead. Great shapes make great rings. So this one also happens to be drilled across the center and it fits on my 20 gauge wire. Perfect for my ring. Then I'm going to cut myself about 2 feet of 20 gauge wire in any color you want. I'm choosing a gold tone wire for this one because I think it looks great with my bead. Then you're going to string that bead onto the wire. Next step, you want to make sure you're right in the center when you bend the wire back on either side of the bead, like so. So the bead sits right in that little pocket, that V. And then you're going to take that chain nose plier, and because this is a bigger bead, you do not always have to do this, but because it's a bigger bead, I like to tuck the wire back behind the bead just a little bit so you give a little seat for the bead. So I am going to take this wire just about a 1/4 inch past the bead and bend it in and then bend it out so it looks like that. And what this does is it makes it just a little bit sturdier of a place for your bead to sit so that your bead doesn't wobble around after you make the ring. Because who wants a wobbly ring, right? All right, so it's gonna look like that. And now you're ready to move to the mandrel. Now these wire rings have a tendency to shrink. So if you want a size 7, which I do, you wanna start at a size 8 on your ring mandrel. So that means I'm going to put the bead right over the top of that size 8. And then I'm gonna take my wires and I'm gonna take the front wire, let me see if I can get these separated out here, the front wire and wrap it twice around the mandrel, and then the back wire and wrap it twice around the mandrel behind the ring. You don't wanna overlap any of your wires. And then I'm gonna make sure I'm on that size 8, pull that up. Make sure I'm on that size 8. And don't worry about your bead because you can straighten him up later. If he's looking a little bit crooked, it's okay. And you're gonna wrap around underneath 1, 2, 3 times. Just like so, nice and tight. And then, a little extra wire there, you are ready to take this off. But let me show you how I did not overlap any wires on the back. And those will come together tighter after I finish wrapping it, so don't worry. So now I'm going to take this off of the ring mandrel and I'm going to wrap the shank of the ring with these extra wires. So this one on this side, I push through. I'm going to use my chain nose plier to pull it back through and then wrap it around again. And push through. Notice how I'm pushing the wire through. I'm not trying to poke it through. That's really hard. Always push it through with your finger and then grab it on the other side, either with your fingers or a chain nose plier. And I've got 2 wraps on that side. So I'm gonna go 1 more, push it through and pull. And then we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. And the only thing you have to make sure of on this side is if you do 3 wraps here, you wanna do 3 wraps over here, just so it looks consistent. Final step is to get rid of all that extra wire underneath. You always wanna pull this out just a little bit. Use a really good flush cutter for this. And trim on the inside. Pull that out a little bit. Trim on the inside. And now I never, ever, ever, ever want to feel that little wire poking me in the finger. So take your chain nose plier and press that into the inside wires on that band of your ring. So both sides do that, and then just kind of feel and make sure nothing feels bad. And then you're gonna push this ring up onto the mandrel up to a size 7, because that's the size I wanted, right? See, it shrunk. Perfect, size 7. Now here's your chance to straighten up your bead if it's a little bit crooked. So mine's just a little bit crooked, so I straightened them up, and then take it off, put it back on, pull up to the size 7. And this just kind of makes everything nice and tight and professional looking. And then that guy is ready to wear on Monday. Now, what if you have a bead that you want to use that's too small or has too small of a hole for your 20 gauge wire? Oh no, okay, now what am I gonna do? Well, you know, that always happens. So I love labradorite, but I like really good labradorite. And this bead is so beautiful, but you can see I did make a ring out of it. However, there's no way it's going on 20 gauge wire, which is close to, it's not a millimeter thick, but it's just under a millimeter. And this is probably max gonna fit 24 gauge wire, which is about a 1/2 millimeter. So what I need to do is I need to attach that to my 20 gauge wire without putting the 20 gauge wire through it. I have an idea. So what you're gonna do, take your 20 gauge wire, same as before, still about 2 feet, and you're gonna use some 24 gauge wire to attach this bead to the 20 gauge wire. It's kind of a little secret because you'll never see it, but you'll know it's there, nobody else will. So put your bead on the 24 gauge wire and bend it down just like you did when you were making your Monday ring. This is gonna be my Tuesday ring. So just like so. And now I'm gonna take this 20 gauge wire and go right to the center of it, put one wire on one side, one on the other side, and I'm going to very tightly wrap this down onto my 20 gauge wire, like so. Make sure he's tight. And then I'm gonna trim off those wires because this is gonna get covered up. So trim and trim. If you have to use a thinner or a finer gauge than 24 to do this, you may wanna wrap it around a few more times and actually do some wraps underneath the bead too, just to make sure that it stays. So now, exactly the same as Monday ring, Tuesday ring. All right, so we're gonna wrap around at the size 8. So same thing, you're gonna bring the front wire around 2 times, and then your back wire around 2 times, like so. Pull it tight on that size 8, take these 2 wires, and now you want to cover up those wraps you made with your extra wire. So just kind of keep going around until you're happy with how it looks. That looks pretty good. Then take it off and finish it off the same way you finished off Monday's ring. Wrap. When it gets short, you definitely need to use that chain nose plier and keep wrapping. Now, the funny thing about these rings is I make them all the time, and all I do is change the bead. But everybody always wants the ring that has the bead that they like. So if you learn how to do this, you can make 1,000 rings, and everybody's going to want the ring that has the bead they like on it, and they'll think all of them are different, even though you only learned one technique. So it's a really cool thing to learn how to do. So I'm just wrapping this. How many times did I do over there? 2 times. So I'm gonna wrap this 2 times on this side, pull that through, and make sure you pull that out just a little bit. Always the most important thing about these rings, I don't care how messy the top is making sure that nobody feels that little wire on the inside. So always make sure you flush cut it really well, and take that chain nose or flat nose plier and really squish that into that band on the inside. You've got 4 wires, so you should be able to kind of tuck it into some of those wires up and under so you don't feel it. Always check. And then bring this up to the size 7, tighten everything up. Isn't that cute? I like this one. Labradorite is hands down one of my favorite stones. So once again, kind of straighten them up, make sure everything looks good, and ta-da! Look, now I have 2. So now, same technique, I'm gonna make rings for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and everyone will think that everyone is different, even though they're really all the same, they just have a different bead. So on this one, I'm using a button. So what I'm doing is I'm going through, or I'm attempting to go through the whole of the button to start with, and then kind of wrapping the wire around that just a little bit to hold it in place. It's just the same as using a bead, it's just I'm using the hole in the button. And then I'm putting it as flat as I can against my ring mandrel, and then starting the exact same process. And I've got to make him stay. So let me make him stay in the middle. He's giving me all kinds of trouble, and I don't know why. Let's see here. Let's just go like this and like this. There. So now it's a little messy, but that's not gonna show, and that'll hold it in place. And now I'm just gonna do the exact same thing. This is my last day of the week. It's Sunday, so I thought I would do a purl. And I am going to do this one like I did my Tuesday ring, where I'm taking that 24 gauge wire and wrapping it onto the 20 gauge wire before I make my ring. So there you go. There's how you can make a beaded ring for every day of the week. I want to impress upon you that it can be any bead, any bead. And you actually, if you make it for Monday, I mean, you can wear it on Wednesday. Whatever outfit you pick, that can be the ring that you wear that day. So just remember, you need a few tools and supplies. You absolutely have to have a ring mandrel. And this one is great because it's marked with the sizes, so you'll know what size you make. You're also going to need some basic tools, just a flush cutter, a really good one, and a pair of chain nose pliers. You will also need 20 gauge wire in whatever color you choose. You can use gold wire, you can use silver wire, you can use copper, rose tone, whatever you want to. And then remember my secret trick with the 24 gauge wire to get the beads on the wire that don't have holes big enough for 20 gauge. 24 gauge wire or 26, whatever you need. Thanks so much for watching. If you guys would like to pick up some supplies like the ones I worked with today, check out those links down below. What kind of wire wrapping projects would you like to learn about? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe and ring that bell, and we'll see you again next time.